Okay, I'm going to demonstrate on how to bridge with the Sorback from one wound to another wound. It's really a simple process. What we're going to do is we're going to bridge this wound to this wound by using one drain. What we're going to use for our bridge, if you will, is an opsite. We're going to cut a piece of opsite to go from this wound to this wound. So I went ahead and I measured that. And what I did is I went ahead and pulled off the opsite. So this opsite, if you can see that, from here to here, it's about half an inch wide, I would say, and that's what's going to protect our skin when we lay the tubing on it to go from one wound to the other when we bridge. So again, we're going to cut the opsite about a half inch wide and bridge it from one wound to the other wound. We'll take our tubing and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have enough tubing go into this wound, lay it across the bridge that goes into this wound. So we're going to measure from this wound back so that we have enough suction on this wound, but yet not touching the margins of the wound. So we'll go ahead and I'm just going to cut a little piece here. So we have suction in this wound and suction in this wound. And what we'll do then is we'll take some Sorback. We're going to cut a piece of Sorback to go into this wound. And again, we want enough Sorback to go in the wound but not overflow the wound. And we're going to have enough Sorback to go into this wound. Cut our Sorback here. And I always do about an inch bigger than the wound itself. Lay that in there. We're going to lay our drain from this wound into this wound. Cover this up. Get the Sorback into that wound. Sometimes what I might do is use a piece of surgical tape or even another little piece of opsite to keep everything in there. Oops, that's the piece I cut. So we get that in that wound. And the same thing down here. We're going to just go ahead and fold it in. To get this all in here. Again, we want to lean this up against the opsite that we have bridged. We're going to take our opsite and we're going to cover both these wounds with one piece of opsite if we can. And that will create the negative pressure over both areas of the wound. So go ahead. Of course, Seymour, my friend here, is a little short and we don't have much back. So then we'll just go ahead and kind of pretend here. This is just to give you an idea of how it's done. Come on, opsite. Okay, let's try this one. There we go. And again, we want to make sure the opsite is covering both of these wounds. The Sorback in that wound. So again, we've got the opsite that bridges from one wound to the other. We put Sorback in this wound, Sorback in this wound, have the bridge. Make sure the opsite is covering both pieces of, or covering both wounds with one piece. We connect the two here. And we start the pump just like we normally do. So it's a pretty simple process. Get that in there. There we go. And then when we start the pump, we hit the power down. And it's going to start going. So, of course, my OpSite doesn't cover both wounds the way it's supposed to, so. But anyhow, you get the idea, and if you have any questions, you know you can call me anytime. Thanks.